Alright guys, my name is Metagoblin and today we're just making a very quick video basically explaining layering entirely. I found it a little bit difficult to get my head around when I first heard about it, so I've done some research. I'm going to make a short and sweet video basically explaining it. I'm going to be talking about the advantages of server layering, the disadvantages of it, and the potential exploits that might occur during a Classic World of Warcraft launch. And yeah, that's pretty much what this video is going to be. You may notice, new haircut, new background. I will make a video explaining why that is the case in the future. Just before I jump in as well, just like to thank very quickly Brian Lee for becoming my first Patreon. I am going to make more effort with Patreon and giving Patreons perks and all that kind of stuff very soon, so look forward to that happening. Right now I'm going to give my personal Snapchat to all Patreons, so that's the first perk. And just quickly, please do give me a quick follow on Twitch. But let's just jump into the video. So let me explain what layering is. So essentially the concept is there's a realm, you have a server, but within that server there are mini realms combined into one big realm. Okay, it's a little bit similar to a MMO I used to play called Pokemon MMO. Basically you play the game and log in, but you can switch between different channels where there were like mini worlds within one world, right? So you imagine you've got a realm. It gets to a certain number of players, certain people logged in. I'm going to guess about 2,000, 1,000. 2,000 people are logged in, and then that caps that first mini-realm. You've got a realm here, realm there, like realms stacked together. When one hits a certain number, people are going to be stopped logging in. People are going to get stopped from logging into that realm, that mini-realm. And then they'll start being logged into a new realm, a new mini-realm. Okay, until that one gets full, and then the next one will go on, and then so on and so forth. On the screen right now, I'm going to just show you some footage of Asmongold's live stream, probably just a picture or something, and Swifty's live stream. And basically, they're in the same realm, exact same time, and different stuff is going on, right? In Asmongold's lair, they summoned Ragnaros and had fun doing that. And then in Swifty's lair, he couldn't see Ragnaros or anything, and he couldn't see Asmongold.
Look at Asmon's reaction. Ragnaros is on his screen. It's not on my screen, though.
So, basically, yeah, the concept is mini realms within one realm. I think it's pretty easy to understand. Right, this basically means that all mobs will have unique spawns for each layer. So, certain mobs might have been killed on the first layer, but they might still be alive on the second layer. Okay. Another thing to note is that you're going to be stickied to your layer. Tips Out did an interview with the Blizzard developers, and this is basically what one of the developers said. They said that you will get sticky to your layer. So you log in, you get logged into layer 2. You're probably going to stay in layer 2 until layering is removed. So you're going to be in that mini realm. It's the second mini realm, and you'll be seeing the same people running around, so you don't really lose that realm feeling. You're going to be seeing the same people, right, in your mini realm. But however, if you are invited to a group, you will then be ported into that group leader's layer, but you probably go back to your original layer after you've left the group, and that's, or maybe you might stay, I'm not sure. I think that's where the problems are going to lie. Okay. But it is important to note that this will probably only last a couple of weeks after the launch, right? And it definitely won't go into Phase 2, right? Because Phase 2, the world boss has been released, and layering could be very easily exploited to get two world boss kills or something crazy like that. So this means that there will be awkward phasing whenever you leave or join groups, kind of like how it is in retail. But it won't be whenever you switch zone and you go into a sharded realm for each zone. It won't be, terrible like that. So the issues I can see, obviously, first of all, the advantages, this is going to streamline the launch of the game. There won't be thousands of people bunched into one zone like what we've experienced on the launch of these private servers, and they've implemented different systems to counteract the issue of overpopulation, and largely they were unsuccessful, to be honest, but I'll talk about them at the end of the video. The issues I can see is that layering could be used to exploiting the process of killing rare mobs. You can kill a certain mob, and then your friend can invite you to a different layer, and then you can go and kill the rare mob again. So that's where I can see the issues becoming. But and then again, like, if it's only going to last for a short amount of time. There will be a small time window for you to actually exploit it, and there's also going to be probably a fairly small chance that your friend is in like a really low populated layer. You might see people messaging in the trade chat and the world chat asking them to be invited into a lower populated layer. So another thing that could be interesting, you know, say for instance you're getting ganked in your layer, you could ask someone from a different layer, a lower populated level, or even just a different layer, right, to invite you so you can stop getting ganked. So that's another way it could be exploited. There's probably no way of actually telling whether a certain player is on a different layer to you. I don't think there'd be any way to actually figure that out. So it'll be hard to exploit, but it won't be impossible. Okay. Another issue I can see, depending on the numbers, is there might be very low populated layers. Like the last layer, maybe the 5th, 6th layer, might just have nobody in it, right? But the layer before it is capped. So you might log into a layer and there's only like 20 other people in that layer with you. But to be honest, that might not be such an issue because you'll be able to get your quests done. But you'll be running around trying to quest, and you'll feel like the game is low populated. So that's the another issue I can see. And generally I can just see this being exploited as well. So you've got a lower populated layer, maybe your friend is on a really low populated layer. He can invite you to his layer so that you can get your quests completed faster, right? Which means you have less competition for mob kills, which means people in the last layer, the lower populated layers, could potentially get ahead of the curve. They could get ahead of the swarm, basically level faster than people in higher populated layers, and people might start exploiting it. They might start messaging in chat saying, I'm in the lower populated layer, pay me 1 gold and I'll invite you, and then you can be in the lower populated layer, right? Some people might exploit that, but eventually I think if you think about it, it's only going to last 2 weeks, isn't it? So I mean, let's talk about the other methods that private servers have used to counteract overpopulation issues. First of all, retail, they use sharding, which is just terrible because it doesn't really feel like you're playing an MMO. It doesn't really feel like you're in a realm because you just don't see the same people at all. And then obviously there's dynamic respawning. Okay, but a lot of private servers have used dynamic respawning to the point where mobs instantly respawn. You've got groups just spawn camping mobs, right? This is actually kind of fixes it in a way, but the issue is dynamic respawning kind of continues when you get out of those very overpopulated zones, and the issue is AoE farming groups can totally exploit that. They can go into a group of mobs which are respawning like instantly because you're killing them really fast, and then we'll just keep instantly respawning, which means an AoE farming group can just have a massive XP exploit by AoE farming groups. So that's one issue. The other issue is sometimes it would totally break quests, particularly the Defias trade to escort quest. If it defies, well, any escort quest, the escort mob will just keep going to kill mobs, and he would never progress because he'll keep running between mobs and trying to kill mobs, and he would just never move. And yeah, certain zones would become extremely difficult, like elite zones, because the mobs are just respawning too fast for you to, you know, get your health back. But at the end of the day, people are only going to moan about it for 2 weeks. Hopefully Blizzard will just kind of get rid of layering as fast as humanly possible, and it's not going to continue. People will probably exploit it for the first month, get ahead of the curve, maybe get their devil saw gear faster. But at the end of the day, it's not going to be a permanent thing. So that's why I'm not so bothered about it. It's only going to be exploitable for the first few weeks, hopefully, of the launch, and hopefully. But people are going to moan about it. People are going to moan about the fact that they can't kill mobs, and there are people in low populated layers who are getting ahead of them because they're in, you know, lower populated mini realm. But anyway, that's where I'm going to end the video. That's pretty much the end of the discussion. My name is Metagoblin. Until my next video, ciao.